Yo, what's up, people? Well, let me make sure I got this shit straight before we get started. Oh, there we go. There we go. What up, party people? I'm currently in Washington, D.C. How fitting. I just left the Capitol building where Congress is. You know, it was empty because they weren't doing shit. I feel like it's a perfect backdrop for this particular story. So as you all know, Tulsi's been under attack because she gave credit to Project Veritas for the video that they released showing a young man ballot harvesting. Now, Project Veritas' video claimed that Ilhan Omar was guilty of using ballot harvesting for fraudulent behavior. Now, nobody believes that. Nobody on the left believes that. Tulsi clearly didn't believe that because, well, if Tulsi believed that, she would have mentioned it. Sorry. If Tulsi believed that, she would have mentioned it. How do I know this? Because it's Tulsi, and when she has a problem with somebody or she thinks someone is guilty of something, and she mentions the issue in question, she would mention that person. Like, she has no problem with doing so. So anyway, a recent article came out actually saying that the young man in question who was in the video said that Project Veritas tried to pay him $10,000 to say that he was ballot harvesting for Ilhan Omar. Okay? So I read the article, and then my thought was, this is cool because, you know, my dumb ass do shit like read articles now. Like, I know, like, that's not a really popular thing in the progressive journalism community now, but silly me, I still read articles and shit. So I thought that it was dope because I'm like, okay, this completely exonerates Ilhan, which is a good thing for the movement. But also, it actually acknowledges that he was, in fact, ballot harvesting, except for he wasn't ballot harvesting for Ilhan Omar. He was ballot harvesting for his brother, who is who is currently, I believe, sitting on the city council out there. However, that does not necessarily mean, once again, that that particular gentleman was guilty of any type of nefarious intent because, like I've said time and time again, in Minnesota, ballot harvesting is actually legal, which is Tulsi's entire point. In fact, there was an attempt to block ballot harvesting, but the courts overturned it. And because it was overturned at that level, it is not only applicable to the local elections, but also applicable to the federal elections. Now, although you may have a lot of trust in your local, municipal election supervisors, like, let's be honest, at the federal level, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party have been less than what would be considered beyond reproach. Right? Okay. So, AOC uses that article that she clearly didn't read as an opportunity to attack Tulsi. Even tagged her, y'all. Even tagged her. I know a lot of you be thinking, oh shit, she actually tagged Tulsi for something? Did she tag her for the OFF Act? The Off Fossil Fuels Act? You know, that piece of legislation that AOC actually ran on? Nah, not that. She didn't tag her for that. The sexual assault legislation that Tulsi introduced? Nah, she ain't tag her about that. Did she tag her about the bill that she introduced a while back, less than a year ago, to end the war in Syria? Nah, I didn't tag her about that. Did she tag her when Tulsi just this past week introduced legislation to pardon Julian Assange, pardon Edward Snowden, reform the Espionage Act, and then going forward offer whistleblower protections? You know, the same Espionage Act that leftists have been persecuted by for damn near a century? Nah, AOC ain't tag her about that. That's not what she tagged her about. Did she tag her, thanking her for defending Bernie Sanders whenever Elizabeth Warren tried to end Bernie Sanders' whole goddamn legacy from a lie? When AOC cowered in the corner, nah, she ain't tag her about that. She ain't tag her about that. Did she tag her thanking her? Whenever Tulsi Gabbard actually, you know, whenever AOC was silent, remember when the Democrats were trafficking in Islamophobic tropes because Ilhan Omar called out APEC, and then AOC was silent for days, and we were looking for her. We were like, damn, where you at? Oh shit, where my glasses at? Nope, put my glasses on, still can't find you. And AOC was missing for 2 days until she could try to attack Trump. AOC, remember, not Ilhan. Tulsi did a video defending Ilhan. AOC, we couldn't find her, but she didn't tag her to thank her for that. What about speaking up for Chelsea Manning, a leftist who was persecuted by the Trump administration, partially by the Obama administration? Of course, the Obama administration, they commute her sentence, so she got out early. Trump administration brought her back, tortured her. Tulsi said something about it. AOC was nowhere to be found. You think she tagged her for that? Nah. What did she tag her for? She tagged her saying, yeah, that's right. So everyone who is pushing this and elevating this, including Tulsi Gabbard, needs to apologize. Like, yeah, the people on the right who were saying that Ilhan Omar was guilty of something that she didn't do, absolutely. But bitch, Tulsi never said that. Even worse, if you actually read the article, it actually confirms exactly what Tulsi was saying. She said what this video does is not confirm that Ilhan was guilty of something, but instead it does, in fact, and which still has been yet to be disputed, and in fact now it has been confirmed. She said there is absolutely still ballot harvesting. It is absolutely a problem, and until we rein ballot harvesting in, we can never really feel comfortable about the security of our elections. And the guy, in his attempt to call out Project Veritas, admitted that he was, in fact, participating in ballot harvesting. Once again, for his brother. So it's not even like it was for some type of nefarious intention. But it's because ballot harvesting... Hold up, I'm coming back, don't worry. There we go, baby. But it's because ballot harvesting in Minnesota is legal. It's legal. It should not be. The reason that was introduced to begin with, which is way, way back in the day, it makes sense, especially in Minnesota. And you're talking about the mid to late 1800s, even the early 1900s. Imagine a disabled person or an older person trying to get around Minnesota in the wintertime. Like, it made sense. And not just Minnesota, but the other states where this was legal. So I've already called out Project Veritas for being disingenuous because they were trying to pretend like they got something like huge. And of course, because of the energy Project Veritas was giving off, like they just found something huge, what did the progressive movement do like it always does? Project Veritas got their little ridiculous base to emotionally react, and then the progressive movement, in kind, as they always do, emotionally reacts instead of pragmatically reacts with legislation. So basically, AOC is trying to attack Tulsi for something she never said, and also wants her to apologize for acknowledging that the Project Veritas video shows indisputable proof that ballot harvesting still exists, even though the man who was in the video admitted he was ballot harvesting. And this is why we read articles, people. This is why we read articles. I'm so sick of AOC, bro. I'm sick of her, bro. Her, as far as politicians are concerned, her, and then as far as media is concerned, TYT, and those little ilk, all their ilk, they are the worst thing that happened to the progressive movement. When I tell you Katzenberg got his motherfucking money's worth out of TYT, absolutely. He absolutely did. He got his 20 million worth. But like, it's what's even crazier is that, bring it back. Hold up. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Come over here. What's even crazier, y'all, is the fact that people think that telling the truth about what the words in the article say, like me saying, like, ballot harvesting is legal in Minnesota and that's the problem. They're like, oh man, what? Oh, I can't believe you said that. But it's true. Oh man, you're defending Tulsi. No, it's literally true. It's literally true. What does that have to do with defending Tulsi? So now the progressive movement has reached a point where it would rather lie. It would rather lie than to admit Tulsi was right or that AOC was wrong. That's where we're at. Nah, bruh. That's not my movement then. That's not my movement then. Nah, because I'm not lying to pretend like that Tulsi was wrong just so I have an excuse not to defend her. I'm not gonna lie and pretend like AOC is right just because this bitch thinks, like, because she wants to pretend to be right. Like, bro, you never mentioned Tulsi on the world's most important issue. Not like the country's. Yeah, the country's most important issues too. But like the world's most important issues. Syria, the attempt to end the war in Afghanistan that Tulsi introduced with, Ro Khanna? The move to amend legislation that Tulsi worked with on Premier Job Pal so that we can get big money out of politics? So all that shit, you know where to be found. You silent. But when you think you can use Tulsi's name to get what? To get some retweets and likes? But let me get this straight. I'm supposed to believe you're on our side when you out here calling Nancy Pelosi Mama Bear? Come on, bro. Nancy Pelosi's Mama Bear now. But I'm supposed to believe you're on my team? So when y'all complaining about the Republicans trying to steal the election, which I 100% believe, because I believe that both parties are trying to steal the election. But out of all of the people in congressional power or in congressional office with the power to stop either party from stealing the election, only Tulsi tried to do it. And AOC was nowhere to be found. But now, a year later, after the primary is over, now it's the Republicans, actually. You know what's so funny about her bitching about Project Veritas? Y'all remember when AOC went on Fox News? Remember when AOC went on Fox News and legitimized Fox News? Which, of course, as a person who is all about going on someone else's platform and showing them up, I'm all about that. But that's not what she did, remember? She tried to go on there and pretend as if, oh, yeah, Bernie's message is actually strong, blah, 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 blah. And then when she gets off of Fox News, because she was getting caught on Twitter by neoliberals, what did she say? Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm saying voter suppression exists, but that's not what happened with Joe Biden and Bernie. That's not what I'm saying. So you're either legitimizing Fox News by claiming, by validating their claim somehow that Democratic socialism is not as popular as literally every poll says it is, or you're legitimizing Fox News by pretending like voter suppression doesn't exist because you don't want to piss off Biden. So I'm confused. So it's okay to legitimize right-wing platforms when AOC does it, but it's not okay to do it whenever Tulsi does it, which, by the way, she didn't do. She gave credit to a video where the video literally shows the fucking ballot harvesting. The man in the video was a city council member's brother and confirmed that he was in fact ballot harvesting, but the miscommunication seems to be the legality of it, which is, in Minnesota, ballot harvesting is legal. That doesn't make it right. Slavery was legal too. I don't know if y'all remember that shit. Like, bruh, this is why. Like, if AOC is going to be a leader of the left will continue to fail. They will continue to fail. They will continue to get shit wrong. They will continue. This is emotional bullshit. Like, this is emotional, non-pragmatic shit, bro. Like, for anyone to not just immediately trash or like, oh, you're gonna call Tulsi's name now? So why did you run on her legislation and then pretend like she didn't exist? The entire squad ran on her legislation because it was the best. The off-act shitted on the Green New Deal, and AOC knew this, which is why she ran on it, and then she comes into office and doesn't work with Tulsi so that they can both strengthen their off-act and the Green New Deal, because the Green New Deal was in fact a resolution, whereas the off-act was an actionable piece of legislation in a bill and could have worked within the Green New Deal, as I said hundreds of times before. But AOC didn't want anybody else getting credit, especially Tulsi. This video evidence of the Veritas story, I'm aware. Hold up, you must be talking to somebody in the comment section. You must be talking about the comment section. Because I know that's the whole point of this video. That's my point. You know what? Even if you didn't need the video evidence, like say if you, I don't want the video evidence. The man who was in the video admitted he was ballot harvesting. And by the way, if Republicans will try to claim that it's only them who are victims of ballot harvesting, but that's not true in North Carolina for the first time in modern political history, bruh. They just had to completely overturn an election because the Republicans got caught ballot harvesting. So it's not a Democrat or Republican issue. First time in history. First time in history. No, the person in the video said he got paid to say that he was ballot harvesting for Ilhan Omar. But then he goes on to say that he was actually there collecting ballots for his brother who was on the city council or is running for city council. Going to people's doors and collecting ballots is ballot harvesting. That is a definition of ballot harvesting. If you didn't know. So he admitted it. He admitted the shit. But that's a narrative siege. That's a narrative shift that they try to do. Because then you have to admit, oh shit, ballot harvesting is here. And oh, by the way, because I'm a Democrat and in this particular city, in this particular state, it benefits my party. Why do you think the Democrats didn't go crazy whenever the Republicans had to overturn their election because they got found guilty of ballot harvesting? Why didn't the Democrats go crazy? That was like less than a year ago that happened. Why didn't Dems go crazy? Oh, that's right, because they're guilty of the same exact shit. That's why. Isn't that what usually happens? Same reason the Dems didn't go crazy whenever Jill Stein found out that there was some counties and some precincts during the general election in 2016 that Trump cheated. Oh, that's right, because she also found evidence, or at least the Republicans cheated, I should say. But she also found evidence that the Democrats were cheating for Hillary. And Pennsylvania had to completely reform their system because of it. Like, bro, I just caught the end of that, but I agree with you 100%. Somebody in the comments said, that's because AOC does not support democracy. 100%. AOC doesn't support democracy. You can't. No, she does not. She cannot do so. You can't do so and then pretend like, bro, that entire article, all you got out of it was that, oh, AOC was, or Ilhan Omar wasn't guilty of ballot harvesting. No, so here's the thing. Once again, even if the guy was ballot harvesting for Ilhan Omar, guess what? It wasn't illegal in Minnesota. It wasn't that Tulsi's point to begin with. It's not illegal in Minnesota. It's not illegal. That's the problem. So now no one could be above reproach. Everyone could be accused of election fraud because this particular thing that clearly should be illegal is not illegal. Anyway, party people, that's all I got to say about that shit. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. If you're here, go subscribe to my other channel as well. It's just Niko House, Niko House. Man, the progressive movement is just, bro, we're not on a good path right now. We're not. It's just not looking good. Common sense has just gone all the way the fuck out the window, bro. All the way out the window. It's personality, emotions, or bust. Hey, if you in my comment section with that Tulsi needs to apologize shit, bro, get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out of the comment section. Because you didn't hear anything I just said. Tulsi was right. She was 100% right. She never implicated Ilhan in anything. She never said Project Veritas was right. And if you're going to say that Tulsi should apologize for literally just giving credit for a video, because that's like especially for somebody like myself, I believe in journalistic integrity. Even if I got a source from Fox News, I may hate Fox News, But I gotta give them credit, just like if CNN broke a story, and I don't like necessarily their, so if they break a video, and I don't like necessarily the narrative they're attaching to the video, I can address the narrative, but I still have to give credit for the fucking video if I know it came from CNN. Duh. Like, Tulsi said the Project Veritas video offers further indisputable evidence that ballot harvesting exists. The man comes out and says, I indeed was ballot harvesting. It just wasn't for Elon. It was for my brother, but I was ballot harvesting. Thanks, Beth. I appreciate it. I might get an espresso shot, actually. You know, I'm in DC. They don't make espresso like they do up there in Miami. Darren Alvey, thank you very much for the super chat. The sad thing is AOC will be the next sheepdog, and a lot of soft left EG, TYT, Sam Cedar, etc. want to profit off of a failed sheepdog AOC presidential campaign. 100%. You're 100% right. I'm in DC for some work, y'all. I'm in DC out here trying to do some work. Handling business, telling the truth, doing what I do. Shimmy, shimmy. Come on, man. We don't have to defend Tulsi for every single thing she does wrong. Bro. Hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. Am I fucking speaking Spanish? Am I speaking Spanish? Am I speaking Tagalog? Am I speaking Portuguese? Am I speaking fucking Korean? Am I speaking Korean something? No. He wasn't buying ballots for Ilhan Omar. So that was not the case. He wasn't buying ballots. Unni. Unni. I'm not an Unni. I'm an Oppa or a Hyung. I'm not an Unni though. Not that I know of. Last time I checked. And Spanish is the same language. No. Let me explain something. There's only two languages here. Dumbass and not dumbass. If you can't read, your reading comprehension skills are not good. If you can't watch a video, that's a dumbass problem. That got nothing to do with Tulsi. They ain't got nothing to do with anything. Period. I don't want to hear that bullshit fetishization. We don't have to defend Tulsi for everything. What the fuck I got to do with anything? You're saying a basic truism. We don't have to defend Tulsi for everything. Nor do we defend Tulsi for everything. But I'm not going to sit here and allow you to lie because you don't want to defend Tulsi for everything. That's a dumbass. That's stupid. That is stupidity. I'm not going to sit here and allow you to lie just because you don't want to defend Tulsi. I'm not going to allow anybody to do that. I didn't allow anyone to lie on Ilhan Omar. When I first did the story, I was like, that's stupid. Ilhan wouldn't even need to cheat in that district because she would be running against a Republican who never wins that area. Why would she need to cheat? That's stupid. Doesn't make any sense. So if I wouldn't lie for Ilhan Omar, even though she hasn't been on my good side lately, why the fuck would I have to lie for Tulsi? Like, y'all can make whatever excuse you have to ignore the facts, but the facts are still gonna be the facts. You can pretend like, I just don't wanna piss off people by defending Tulsi in this situation because everybody else is doing it. So yeah, because everybody else, whenever everyone agrees on something, especially in the States, especially on social media, it's because they're all right? Remember how like everybody thought that that Hillary Clinton was gonna win in 2016? Remember that? Remember how that shit went? Remember how that went? Remember I told y'all? Because everybody, if they all agree on something. Remember when I was telling everybody, even with the cheating, Tulsi's still gonna be one of the last ones in the race. I also said that Bernie's about to throw all y'all under the bus. Also that Warren was not a progressive. And she was gonna be the death of this damn election for us. So if you're not gonna come in the mentions with the facts, just don't come at all. But don't come trying to use Tulsi's name like it excuses you from stupidity. Just saying. Don't come using Tulsi's name like it excuses you from using logic. Oh, if I say Tulsi's name, I don't have to use facts or logic. I just get to say whatever I want to and then throw the word Tulsi. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of Tulsi, or a lot of people who use the word Tulsi, once again, have no idea what that means. Can't be real with y'all. Really? I'm just gonna say, if I'm celibate, it's completely and totally voluntary. I promise you that. But I'm a virgin, so don't worry about that. This man. Anyway, hold up. Isn't it weird how you can view as anyone is never wrong? That's super weird because, like, anyone who knows my professional relationship with Tulsi knows that I ended up being a surrogate for her campaign after doing a 30-minute video extensively criticizing her. So, but once again, and obviously I know I'm friends with Nina, I'm friends with Bree. When have you ever seen another surrogate get permission to openly criticize their candidate? For real. When do you ever see that? That never happens, ever. Tulsi was the only one who gave me permission. I would tell her, like, hey, like, I still got to do my journalism shit. Like, I still have to criticize you if you do. That's fine. She wouldn't have it any other way. Bro, is that, so your argument, so out of everything that's been discussed, can we agree Tulsi should have known better than trusting Project Veritas? What the fuck does that have to do with anything being discussed right now? So basically, you're obsessed with trying to find some way, form, or fashion that Tulsi was wrong so you can just feel like less of a dumbass about not critically thinking about the situation or doing your research before you jump on a bandwagon started by TYT. Like, no offense to anybody. Well, no, I mean it very offensively. How ridiculously ill-informed can you be to constantly deal in tropes started by an organization who has literally been fucking wrong about everything? They were wrong about Warren. They were wrong about Hillary. They were wrong about Russiagate. They traffic in fear-mongering fucking, I mean, bro, they're warmongering narcissists. They smear Maduro, they smear Assad, they smear whoever the fuck they can, and then pretend like they're anti-war. Come on, bro. The Project Veritas video was not debunked. No, excuse me. No, their claim was debunked. Their claim about Ilhan Omar was very specifically debunked, but also it shouldn't have taken a fucking rocket scientist for that. She didn't need to do that. And they are so silly that they didn't realize that if you ballot harvest in Minnesota, you're not technically guilty of anything anyway. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. I gotta go meet with some family before I get back to work. So I'll talk to y'all later. Appreciate y'all sticking by. And always remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.